So as you all know, Zoe was born with Down syndrome, and she also was born with a AV septal defect, which is basically, it's a hole in the center of the heart. So all of the blood sort of mixes together, and so they had to basically reform the center of her heart, split the two valves off. It's a very, I think it was a 6-7 hour surgery at the time. And so she went on some very specific heart medication at the time. And her cardiologist, Dr. Pofel, told us, said, look, Zoe might be on this heart medication for the rest of her life, just so you know. So found a great naturopath at the time. His name's Dr. Wozni, Dr. Phil Wozni here in Scottsdale. Great guy, really smart. And I remember one of the things, because at the time she was still getting, bottles. And so we were giving her goat's milk. And then what we do is put in a tablespoon of coconut oil, a tablespoon of fish oil, grass-fed butter, and her first foods were avocado, and all I remember was the fat was, I was like, this is gross. That it's just not healthy to eat that much fat. But he explained it. He said, look, the fats are so good for neurological functioning and helping to optimize how the brain works, and also for heart functioning. But I remember it very clearly. Zoe was 2.5 years old, and she was having an echocardiogram. So this is where they actually look inside and they look at her heart and they look at the functioning of her heart and how it's doing. And all I remember is, gosh, we sat there and he's like, this is like unbelievable. He's like, her heart looks so great. She can come off her heart medication. Whoa, wow. He's like, what's the name of that naturopath you're going to? But it was, so she was having this very low carb, high fat. He's like, anytime you can get fats in her, the better. But the results were 2 years later, she was off all of her heart medication. And I'll tell you today, in her school, I talked to so many people who talked to me about how advanced she is. And it just got me thinking that, since she's gotten a little bit older and started eating, real whole food, that we strayed a little bit away from sort of those origins of this very almost scary high-fat diet, and now it's ketogenics really kind of coming into vogue, if you will. And so I want to share with you, because I myself am gonna full on start this thing. So I'm excited for this, and I'm excited for the journey. So if you haven't had your blood work done, if you haven't walked in your doctor's office and go, hey, I want to be the healthiest, most vibrant version of me in the next 12 months, I'd encourage you to do that. And if you don't have a good partner for a physician, you certainly find one. Here in Scottsdale, we've got access to Dr. Wozni. Like I said, he's a phenomenal naturopath. And, in the 6+ years that he's been working with Zoe and also been working with me, I've seen some great results.